evening, everybody. Thank you all so very much for coming to this event. I am Brooke McKern. I am one of the co-hosts of this event. I am with Vivent Health. Between the Beloit Police Dept, Rock County Human Services, Janesville Mobilizing for Change, Building a Safer Evansville, we brought you this event tonight. Thank you for your support. I would like to say that this was my own idea. A lot of this, what we did tonight at the walk, was based off the Rockford Overdose Walk. And actually that family was here earlier and they were amazed. It started out with one vendor and an idea. And the idea is that we are here every day to support each other. Whether you use a substance, whether you've lost a person from substance use disorder, whether you're struggling with mental health issues, we are all in this together. All of these people on this planning committee, that was our one goal, is to bring all of these people together in Beloit for one night to let you know that there is hope, there are resources, there are vendors, there are people that are in your shoes. There are people that can help you and be there for you. That was our main goal. So I'm overwhelmed by the turnout tonight. I've tried very hard all day to keep it together, which I'm still doing. I want to say thank you to everybody that heard me talking about it, listened to us planning it. There were so many meetings, so many conversations, so much actual blood, sweat, and tears that went into this event. My why is my 23-year-old son, Nicholas Graves. He was 23 years old when he died on December 22nd, 2018, from fentanyl poisoning. Something that should have never happened. He ingested heroin that was pure fentanyl. There was no morphine in his autopsy report. It was pure fentanyl. He was raised in a normal household, normal parents. He played ball, he had sibling, everything that you can think of. All American family, just like every single one of you. Traveled around the world. In his junior year, he went to Africa to volunteer one summer to help the kids there set up organized sports so they would have an opportunity to play ball. He had hopes, he had dreams, he had goals. He was just like one of you until he wasn't. Even with all the medical knowledge that I had, at that time I had no clue what fentanyl poisoning was, how dangerous it was. And now here we are, almost 4 years later, where one pill will kill. And kids are now able to order a pill online if they have a phone, a Snapchat, an Instagram, a PayPal, a credit card, a TikTok, or a Facebook. They can order these pills online and have them shipped right to your house in the mail. Parents, you need to be the advocate for your children. You need to know where your child is, what's going on, who their friends are, what they're doing, and talk to them about fentanyl poisoning. Today is National Overdose Awareness Day. This is why we are here. This is why we are doing this event. It shouldn't be one use and you're dead. We all made mistakes when we were younger. We all did things that we were not proud of. It shouldn't be one time and you're dead. That's how serious it is. And you don't know that it's fentanyl until your parents read your autopsy report. And let me tell you something, even being in the medical field, reading my son's autopsy report has to be one of the worst things that I've ever done in my entire life. The reason that we do this and the reason that we speak about these things is so not one other parent has to go through this kind of pain. No sibling, no aunt, no uncle, no family member. We are trying to make fentanyl a word in everybody's household. Talk to your children about fentanyl poisoning. This event is because of your support. I wouldn't be here today without everybody on the planning committee, everybody that volunteered, and everybody that wants to be part of the change. So I'm asking each and every one of you to be part of the change. You can contact any of the vendor organizations here, myself, any of the planning committee members, which is myself, Zandy Finn from Janesville Mobilizing for Change, Aaron Howell from Building a Safer Evansville, Debbie Fisher from Youth to Youth. And finally, our last guest speaker is Sabrina Dowd, sharing her story. And I appreciate every one of you listening and being here tonight. Thank you very much.
I'm Sabrina, and I'm in recovery. I wanted to come up here and share my story with you guys. There's a lot of people out here. It's crazy. There's a lot of people. When I think back on my addiction, I remember looking in the mirror and seeing and feeling nothing. I looked like a shell of the person I used to be. One time while detoxing on my own, lying in the bathtub crying and screaming in pain while my mom tried to help me out of my own puke, she asked me, what did I do wrong? The answer is she didn't do anything wrong. My childhood wasn't perfect. We struggled. I was exposed to things that a child probably shouldn't have been, but my family always loved me. They tried to give me the best despite their own struggles. My problems came way before bad life experiences. Ever since I can remember, I never felt right in my own skin, like something was missing. Once I found drugs and alcohol, all my insecurities disappeared. It felt like a warm blanket wrapped around me and took all the bad feelings away. It made me feel numb. I tried so hard to figure out what was wrong with me. I always felt sad and went looking for something or someone to make me happy. I tried to fit in anywhere I could. I always had this longing to do right and to be the best because that's what would make people proud of me, but I never felt good enough. If I could be the best one on the team or have a unique job, that meant I made it. I thought those things would make me feel successful and worthy. However, I never ended up being the star athlete or the one with the best grades. I had all these huge dreams and aspirations to be somebody special and important, and I always fell short on those dreams. My dad was around during my younger years, but I never had the relationship I so badly wanted to have with him. When your own dad doesn't want you, it's easy to feel worthless. That broke me for many, many years and continues to hurt me as an adult. I started using marijuana at the age of 15. It gave me an escape from my mind. It gave me friends. It made me feel like I was a part of something. At 17, I met a guy in his 20s who would show me a whole world that I would be stuck in for several years to follow. When I started using hard drugs, I trusted him. I was young and naive, and I thought he loved me. If he loved me, he would never put me in harm, right? I was wrong. It started with doing lines at parties, which eventually turned into smoking in my basement, secluded from the real world. Within months, I had become a full-blown addict. When I was in active addiction, I did not care about anything besides how and where I would get my next high. I didn't recognize the person staring back at me in the mirror. All my morals were gone. I was stealing and lying. I was always putting myself in danger. My best friend at the time, Lexi, seen my downward spiral and removed me from the house I was living at and the relationship I was in. She saved me from myself. I got sober for the first time with her help and support. After some time, I got pregnant with my beautiful daughter. I thought I would never go back to that lifestyle because the love I had for her was bigger than the love I'd ever experienced. The same friend that saved me from myself passed away in a tragic car accident. That loss did something to me. I was unable to cope with her death, and I started using opiate pills. They took the pain away and made me feel temporarily happy. I felt like Supermom. I could clean the house all day, play with the kids. Those pills soon turned into heroin. Well, in this toxic lifestyle, I got pregnant with my son. I started outpatient treatment, and once he was born, he brought so much light into my life. I stayed sober for roughly 2 years. Even with the two greatest things God could give me, I still felt empty inside. The problem wasn't what was around me, it was what was deep inside me. Why did bad things always seem to happen to me? Why did God take away the only friend who understood me? Why didn't my father love me? Why wasn't I good enough? All these thoughts festered in my head. Towards the end of those 2 years, their father and I broke up. I went to live with my mom. I started working at a bar, and I would stay out late drinking, which quickly led to another relapse. This one progressed much quickly as my mom was able to watch my kids whenever I didn't feel like coming home. I avoided being around them because anytime I did, I felt more and more worthless for putting my selfish needs before theirs. My addiction spiraled out of control, and during this time, I survived several overdoses, car accidents, and very risky situations. My parents ended up calling the police on me for acting erratic one night, and CPS was contacted. They told me that I needed to go to treatment or I wouldn't be able to see my children. That moment, barefoot and sleep deprived at the bottom of my mom's driveway, was my rock bottom. It wasn't death or injury. It was something standing between me and the two most important people in the world. I checked myself into detox that night. Unfortunately, due to me going to sober living, their father gained temporary custody of our children. During this time, I met my youngest son's father. He was in recovery as well. I came back to Janesville a couple months later, and he came with me. I did what I was supposed to be doing for CPS, but I was not working on my recovery at all. I had yet another relapse. I fell back into the same cycle most of us addicts fall into. After that day, CPS had came. Using wasn't the same anymore. I truly didn't want to, but I couldn't stop. This is when fentanyl came into the picture and completely consumed every part of my identity. I knew this life wasn't what I wanted, but if I stopped, I would be sick. I ended up in a 30-day treatment, and during this time, CPS had brought my kids to visit me and told me that they were going to recommend their dad get full legal custody and placement of them. I had messed up already, so I didn't have another chance to prove myself when I got out of treatment. I ended up settling for visitation rights. I had them weekly, but not nearly as much time as a mother needs with her children. Every day I felt sad and defeated. I hurt knowing I wasn't the one taking care of all their daily needs, setting up their appointments. I did well for a while, but the shame and guilt I had from what I put my kids through drove me back down that dark path. I started to believe they were better off without me. I ended up having my third child. I struggled, but eventually was able to get sober. This time was different. I knew I had to stop, or these beautiful children that loved me so much would grow up without a mother. My using had become a matter of not knowing if I would live another day. There was a tech in the detox that I was in that said I reminded him of his daughter who died of an overdose. He had tears in his eyes when he read me this quote. "It's not your fault, but it's your responsibility." It stuck in my head. Those few words from a man I barely knew spoke so much volume to my life. For so many years, I used all this hurt and trauma I have been through to fuel my addiction. I was not hurting any of those people who hurt me. I was only hurting myself. At this point in life, I was either going to kill myself because I couldn't take the pain I was putting my kids through, or I was going to do whatever it takes for them. Many people say you can't get sober for anyone but yourself. But I got sober for my kids because I had no love left for myself. I had to put away all the pity I had for my life and my past. I told myself the best way to get back at all the wrong done to me was to prove them all wrong. Today is the first time ever admitting out loud that I lost my kids. I never thought I was that mom. I thought I was better than those people. What I realized is addiction doesn't care about morals, social class, money, or education. It takes a hold of everything you love and makes it disappear. I still refer to that quote whenever I want to sit in self-pity. Since that day, I have remained sober, and God has blessed me in so many ways. I wanted to come up here to tell my story in hopes that it reaches just one person. One person that just has a little bit of hope left. Once addiction has taken over, it's easy to believe it's impossible to get sober, get your kids back, find someone who loves you, get your dream job, or even have fun. It is possible, and I am living proof. I also wanted to speak to give the families hope. It doesn't matter if your loved one's been to hundreds of detoxes, treatments. Please don't give up on them. Don't hate the addict, hate the addiction. It is fair to distance yourself because it is hard loving an addict. You can't trust them, and it hurts to see someone you love lose themselves, but never stop letting them know you love them. And you'll be there when they decide to get help. I don't even know how to properly describe addiction. It's just this vicious cycle that happens in your head where you want to go one way, but your mind and body go the other way. It's the fear of sickness, the horrible sickness that makes you believe you are literally going to die. And all while knowing that one little thing is going to take that sickness away. It's being broken and so disappointed and disgusted with yourself that you tell yourself, what's the point? Addiction may have cleared my mind for a few hours, but it took absolutely everything from me. It took jobs, my kids, my family, my friends, my hobbies, opportunities, my morals. I'm so thankful to have over 2 years clean and sober today. Thank you. Thank you. I have made it through multiple overdoses, detoxes, and treatment centers, but here I am today with custody of all 3 of my kids. My kids can count on me now. I have a loving boyfriend who pushes me to be my best. I can be the crazy sports mom in the stands at all their games. My family gets to enjoy life together. My parents can sleep at night without being worried that they'll get a call in the middle of the night saying I'm dead. I try to appreciate the little moments and always stay humble. I have a job being a positive support for kids who are in the CPS system. I can be an employee that my job can count on. A job I never thought I was worthy of having, but got because somebody there gave me a chance and believed in me despite my background. I got my license back, which for most people doesn't seem like a big deal, but to an addict it is. Life isn't easy, it is hard sometimes. I think I have more bad luck than good, but when I wake up in the morning, I have a clear head and I can choose the path I want to take every day. I wake up and can actually breathe. At first, I thought drugs were my freedom, but I later realized they had become my prison, and I am so, so grateful I escaped that prison. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Zandy Finn, and I am with Janesville Mobilizing for Change. I have been a part of the planning committee for this overdose awareness walk in Beloit. There are so many people that came together to make this event possible that I need to apologize for this closing being a little more lengthy than I like him to be. First, we would not have been able to make this happen without all of our generous sponsors. Please hold your applause for the end. Silver level sponsors gave at least $200 to support this event and are RH Batterman, Vivent Health, and SNAP, a group of moms who wanted to honor their children and their loss from an overdose. Blue sponsors donated at least $500 and included Sense Insurance Agency, McGilvra Electric, Beloit Comprehensive Treatment Center, Willow Wick Assisted Living, and Beloit Area Community Health Center. Our purple sponsors donated at least $1,000 and went above and beyond to bring this event to you tonight here in Beloit. They include State Line Mental Health, AMS of Wisconsin Janesville, Beloit Health System, and last but most definitely not least, Walnut Creek Apparel and Gifts from downtown Beloit. So please give a huge round of applause for our sponsors. Okay, secondly, I would like to thank all of our service vendors for bringing their expertise to this event in hopes of providing support and services for everyone here. I'm not going to list them all, so don't worry. But I hope you had a chance to talk to them, grab some information that may be helpful for you and your family. I would like to thank the Beloit Police Department, though, for their support of this event and for providing and serving up the food for us. So thank you, all of our vendors. And third, I would like to thank Rock County Human Services for making the planning of this event possible and supporting us to be here tonight at Riverside Park. Lastly, I would like to thank you all for coming out here tonight, honoring the people that have lost their lives to overdose, supporting loved ones that are still struggling, and holding up those that have been affected due to their love for somebody that has or is struggling with substance use disorder. This kind of a community awareness is what's going to bring change. And thank you all for making tonight such a great event.
Hi, my name is Deanna Coben. I am the Director of Development and Community Relations at Community Health Systems right up the road at the Eclipse Center. August 31st is Overdose Awareness Day, which is what this event focuses on. Janesville Mobilizing for Change, they have an overdose awareness walk in Janesville, and we recognize the need to have one in Rock County as well. So Community Health Systems, with our behavioral health and substance abuse program, as soon as we heard about this event, we knew we wanted to be a part of it so that we can help, one, reduce the stigma, and two, make people aware of the different services that we have. We are a federally qualified health center, and what that means is we provide medical, dental, and behavioral health services for those with Medicaid, no insurance, private insurance, etc. Some of the programs that we offer, as I mentioned, we have medical, dental, and behavioral health. Within our behavioral health department, we do have a substance abuse program. So we actually have a group of therapists and prescribers that are on site, and we have a bunch of different programs that are available to help people at any different stages of their life. So we focus on comprehensive care for our community. So when you come in for any of our services, you have the opportunity to see someone in any of those other departments, because we want to make sure we're taking care of you completely.
Yes. So we are the YWCA Rock County. We have a domestic violence program, child care program. Our mission is to fight racism and empower women. But we have lots of different programs under that umbrella, but ours specifically is the Alternatives to Violence program, where we have a shelter for those fleeing domestic violence from intimate partners. We have a 24-hour crisis call line that is monitored, and it's a 24-hour text line. We offer Trauma and the 12-Step program, which is a support group for the shelter clients, along with some community clients as well. I'm one of the caseworkers there and adult advocates, program developers.
I am the child advocate at the transitional housing program that we also have. At that program, we have individuals that have children that move in there for long-term support and housing. Typically, they're there 12 to 15 months, and we work with them on processing trauma, being able to budget, finding new housing, along with healing from their past trauma.
Yeah, so substance use is very much a part of domestic violence. It's one way that people cope. It's something that abusers have used to maintain power and control over their victims. And so it is very common, very prevalent amongst victims of domestic violence. So in our program, that's the Trauma and the 12 Steps is kind of an all-inclusive program, so it can help treat the substance use or any other kind of trauma or struggles that any of our clients have.
Well, my name is Carmen Payne Mansell, and I'm the shelter coordinator at Defy Domestic Abuse in Beloit. Here on the table, we are Defy is within Family Services of Southern Wisconsin and Northern Illinois. So we have the Sexual Assault Recovery Program, Defy, and we have information here on the Power and Control Wheel. Today is the Overdose Awareness Walk. We were invited to come, and we're happy to be here. It takes a community to raise awareness. Domestic violence and sexual assault, we know that sometimes there's substance abuse involved in that. So we're happy to be a part of this to raise awareness and give information about our services, because we're here to help in the community as well.
So the stuff that we put out, it is on teen dating violence, and I work mainly with teens and the youth. So I work really close with Zandy. So we share a lot of information, a lot of resources, things like that.
My name is Mike. I'm a recovering addict.
My name is Mark. I'm a recovering addict.
We are members of Narcotics Anonymous in the Badgerland area, which represents groups in Janesville, Beloit, Madison, Fort Atkinson, Stoughton, Evansville, Monona, McFarland,
and Monroe,
and also Evansville. We're a 12-step fellowship which deals with recovery from the disease of addiction. What year were we established, Mark?
1953.
1953 we were established. And we are a what program? A proven program. Proven program of recovery. We have 800 number, also a 24-hour helpline. Any addict or anyone seeking information about Narcotics Anonymous can call that 800 number.
Hi, my name is Deanna Coben. I work for the Parents Supporting Parents program, and what we actually are is parents with lived experience that have gone through the CPS system. We work with parents that are currently have their children removed with them, really advocating for them, letting them know the things they can ask for. Parents in this situation are really scared, don't know what can and can't be asked. So we really advocate for them. We really bring them resources and just teaching parents a new way to live. So our organization and the parents that we work with are heavily impacted by overdose. That's why we chose to be here, is just to let them know that there is hope other than going into an overdose. Having all these community resources together is just really powerful, so people understand that they are not alone.
I am Ashley Perkins. I work with Community Action and Cooperation with Rock and Walworth counties. We are here for the Overdose Awareness Walk. We, as Community Action, are trying to be as supportive as possible for those within our communities and making sure that our support is known and just being here for everyone. We are creating pathways for poverty. We have multiple programs ranging from employment to childcare to multiple housing programs. We are aiming to support all of our communities, Beloit, Janesville, all over Rock County and Walworth counties.
So my name is Jane Jackenthal. I am the director of the MICA Project. The MICA Project is a sober living home for women. And what we do is we connect people that are under recovery to resources that fit their needs. We can house up to 9 women. The typical protocol is that they either give us a call, fill out an application, and one of the requirements is that they must be clean and sober for at least 30 days. We're a nonprofit organization. We help women get back on their feet who have suffered from addiction. So we work as a team. We work with the county, and what we do is, while they're in a safe environment, it's all about getting that woman back on her feet, getting her family back together, making a reconnection with her family, getting that job. Sometimes they'll get help with resources for education. You name it. And so when they do that, that's a successful completion of the program. Some of them get permanent housing too. So it's all about independence and staying clean. So one of the biggies right here is that they must attend recovery groups. This is a must, whether that's NA, AA, women's group, you name it. They must do that every week in order to stay in the program.
Hi, my name is Misty. I have been living at the MICA house since August 19th, and I was skeptical and nervous about what to expect going into sober living, but I had the most warm and loving welcome I've ever had anywhere, and it is the safest place that I feel. I love coming home. I look forward to it each and every day. They have amazing resources. It's a tight-knit family. We're like sisters there. We look out for one another. We lift each other up. We always notice when something is off with the other, so we come together and figure out a solution, take each other to meetings, do outings together. We do arts and crafts. We do paintings. And Jane has been a wonderful support for me in every way that you can imagine. And I look forward to my graduation date and I love being at the Micah House.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm one of the public health nurses at the Rock County Public Health Department.
I'm Sherry Faber with Rock County Public Health, and Caitlin and I are here tonight to share some information and some resources. We just started an overdose fatality review this year, and so we brought some information about that, as well as some resources like the 988, the new number for the suicide hotline, and Never Use Alone information. Never Use Alone is a 1-800 number people can call if they are using drugs alone, and the person on the other end will stay on the line with them until they are sure that they are safe, and if they don't respond after a certain amount of time, they will call for assistance to that location. So it's a great way for people to make sure that they're okay if they are using drugs alone.
Hi there, I'm Sarah Hawthorne. I'm with Beloit Cares. We're an organization out of Beloit. We partner with other organizations that are helping others, and we create programming to meet the needs of others. And typically when we sit down with an organization, we ask them what they need to help others, and in doing so we found out that there was a need for showers in Beloit, so we created shower vouchers that folks can go to the Beloit Pilot gas station and get one for free, otherwise they're $16. And then we created the Beloit Community Resource Guide. It's filled with resources for folks typically that are homeless, anywhere from getting a free meal to getting an ID. So we do a back to school bash in the middle of the summer and a lot of other activities as well to help folks. And our mission is to partner with others to find out how they're helping, provide resources, volunteers, and funding. So we were invited to come to this event, to the Overdose Awareness Walk, and just to get our name out there and that we are able to help others. A lot of times organizations won't have the funding available, so they'll call us, and just last week we were able to get a guy a bus pass to Rockford. He was homeless, wanted to get into a safe place, so we were able to provide that funding. So anything we can do to help other organizations help people is what we're here for.
Greg Shepard with Compass Behavioral Health Clinic. Mission is transforming lives, so helping anybody that needs help with mental health services or addiction services or various services like that. We have 2 SAMHSA grants that work specifically with the homeless population and the population exiting from the jail and prison system. We also have peer support, so peer support specialists of being able to kind of help people through that transition of someone to call and help with organization of that. And then just in general, Compass Behavioral Health Clinic is a mental health and addictions therapy or whatnot for that.
I'm Kelly Everson. I work for State Line Mental Health Services located in Beloit, Wisconsin. Our mission statement is helping, healing, growing. So we work with individuals across the lifespan. We work with a lot of individuals who have experienced trauma. We work with a lot of county programs, and we offer school-based mental health services. So we offer a therapist on site in the school districts of Beloit Turner, Clinton, Parkview, Broadhead, Edgerton, Evansville, Milton, Delavan, Darien in Walworth County, and Elkhorn School District. We're here to support those with addictions and helping them to grow and to have meet their goals and to be more successful and all the things in their life. Oftentimes when individuals have addictions, they also have co-occurring mental health issues, and so we're here to support all of those needs.
So I'm Deb. I'm the main therapist over here at Addictions Day Treatment. We run a partial hospitalization program, so right after detox. So we have 3 levels of programming, depending on your level of care need. And then this is my supervisor.
I'm Belinda Wellnitz. I'm the manager for the Addiction Day Treatment Program. and we are located at the Henry Palmer Building in Janesville, right across the street from the Mercy Hospital. We wanted to definitely be part of the overdose walk today because it's very important to us to be there for patients or people in recovery or wanting to be in recovery and be a resource or kind of a stepping stone for their journey.
We're just here to show our support for those who have been lost to addiction and to offer help for those who haven't lost the battle yet.
So we're Addiction Medical Solutions of Wisconsin here in Janesville. We're a new program in Janesville, but we've been around since about 2008. We are here specifically to help treat this opioid epidemic and try and prevent people from dying from this disease. So we offer outpatient services, we offer medication-assisted treatment, we do screenings by walk-in or by phone. Anybody can call us. We don't charge for any information. Again, our goal is to make sure that people aren't dying from this disease. Well, I think AMS is here to support this effort. This whole walk and this awareness is something that we've been, in the treatment community, been working on for years. Raising awareness and trying to get rid of the stigma, bringing people out of the shadows and making sure that everyone understands that the person who struggles with an addiction is actually your neighbor, is actually the person that you might be talking to the next few minutes from now. And so AMS is here to support that, to build awareness and to make sure that as a community we can come together and get rid of the stigma and start helping people who are truly struggling.
Heroin Anonymous, our local fellowship in Wisconsin. Basically, we're a 12-step fellowship. Our program's adopted from the program Alcoholics Anonymous, but our primary purpose is to carry the message to the heroin addict who still suffers. So we're a fellowship of heroin addicts working with each other. We have been here for about 10 years. Our main program of recovery is using the 12 steps, and feel that our experience of specifically with heroin addiction and recovering from that can be used best to help others that are suited in that same position. I would say that if I've learned anything from this program, that my recovery is not just about mere abstinence. It has to do a lot about giving back to the community, and if there's anything that we can do as people that have recovered is be able to give that back and make that same opportunity available for others. Today is International Overdose Awareness Day. We're here in Beloit in a community that are probably like many others where overdoses and opioid addiction and the opioid crisis is very still active and real. And we feel that if people do want to seek help, we got to make ourselves available, and we try to reach out to those who are still looking for a way out of their suffering.
My name is Tracy from Families Fighting Addiction, and Fighting Addiction we are. Our mission is to support the loved ones of those that are struggling with an addiction or those that have lost somebody to an overdose. And we provide support in many different ways, whether it's in support groups or one-on-one meetings, providing resources and providing education, because knowledge is power. And then the families then could turn around and be advocates for their loved ones. Today is International Overdose Awareness Day. And many different states are going around and letting people know what a serious issue this is. There's over 100,000 people lost every year to an overdose. That's more than that are dying from COVID. And so it's important that we get this disease under control and that everybody knows that it's truly a disease, needs to be treated and can be treated. And then people can live productive lives again.
So we are NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to improving the lives of those individuals who are affected by mental illness by providing support, education, and advocacy. So we're here because oftentimes mental health goes hand in hand with addiction and drug use, so we're just hoping to contribute just some of our resources to be able to better, help the loved ones of individuals who may have mental health issues.
Hi, I'm Jane Goldberg. I'm the director of Janesville Mobilizing for Change. We are a substance abuse prevention agency in Janesville, and our mission is to create a safer and healthier community, especially for our youth. So today is International Overdose Awareness Day. So this is communities across the nation are gathering together to honor those who have passed from the disease of addiction, and then also offer support and resources to those who have lost loved ones or who may be also struggling with addiction.
My name is Jean. I am the clinic director over at the Beloit Comprehensive Treatment Center.
And my name is Lucia. I'm the clinic supervisor at the Beloit CTC.
We offer a medicated assisted treatment program, which includes medication of either methadone, Suboxone, or Vivitrol. And then we offer individual and group counseling sessions. And we have doctors on site and nurses.
And our goal is to get everyone off of opiates. But as a comprehensive center, we also focus on other things that may be happening in a person's life.
I'm Brooke McKern. I'm with Vivent Health. I am on the planning committee for this event and co-host, co-sponsor. This came from an idea pretty much from the Rockford Overdose Walk, where they have signs that memorialize people. Anybody that's lost a loved one to substance use disorder. I lost my 23-year-old son, Nicholas, December 22nd, 2018 to fentanyl poisoning. And he is the reason I'm doing this. I'm here tonight. We have vendors, we have resources, we have Narcan, we have education. This event is really intended to bring together everybody. Whether you've lost a loved one, whether you're struggling, whether you need mental health resources, whether you need anything, it's really meant to bring everybody together. So the support that everybody has showed has been amazing. I'm part of a team that created this event, and I am so proud to be part of this. The planning team, we have put so much work into this event. The sponsors, the vendors, everybody here is an amazing rock star. So, and together we made this happen. So, thank you.